walked through some activation to help you achieve great vocal resonance, but I want to take this a little deeper. Because your resonators play a huge role in shaping the sound of your voice, experiencing what each of them do is crucial. Let's start at the larynx. As we mentioned in previous lessons, your larynx is where your vocal folds are. Now, your vocal folds themselves can contribute to sound quality based upon how thick they are, how thin and stretched they are, how much they compress, or how much air leaks through. Just with your vocal folds alone, you can produce an array of sound qualities. We worked through some activation exercises with the vocal folds and the larynx in the intrinsic and extrinsic muscle activation videos. I encourage you to watch those lessons so you can experiment with the different sound qualities that you can produce just from your larynx and your vocal folds. Next up, the pharynx. So, at the back of your mouth, or you could consider it right at the opening of your throat, you have your soft palate. Take the tip of your tongue and move it along the roof of your mouth until you feel that soft tissue. That is your soft palate. Now, go ahead and swallow for me. Your soft palate automatically comes down and your larynx rises. That space between the soft palate and the larynx is your pharynx. Whenever we tighten the throat like you did as you were swallowing, it shortened the pharynx and it tightened it. Let's sing an ah from that sort of position of just swallowing. Ah. Now I want you to inhale. Imagine you are smelling something so yummy and sing that same ah. Ah. As you did that, your pharynx widened and got taller. Your larynx also lowered and your soft palate raised. This created more space for your voice to resonate. Let's sing an NG. Mm. Try it with me. Mm. You should be feeling your pharynx widening and lengthening. Your tongue should stay relaxed. Try that again. Mm. Now let's feel the pharynx tighten up more. So here's what that would sound with that same NG. Mm. Try it out with me. Mm. Kind of tickles in the throat. Now correct it and sing that same NG, but open up more. Mm. Good. You've just adjusted your pharynx to produce sound in different ways. Of course, a very constricted pharynx is not what you want to go for when you sing, but doing the incorrect thing and then correcting it can help us better understand how it should feel when we use it right. You can even do slides on an NG like this. To experiment with how making adjustments to your pharynx feels in different parts of your range. Just be mindful of where your tongue is placed as you do this. Make sure it is relaxed at the front and not pulling back, cutting off the sound from your throat. The soft palate is another important part of the vocal tract that we can make adjustments to that will change the sound of our voice. It is located at the top of your pharynx and it can move. The soft palate is sort of like blinds on a window. One of the main jobs of the soft palate is to close down over food so that food does not enter the nasal cavity when swallowing. That's why when you swallow, you can feel your soft palate lower. Now, if you yawned or took a deep breath, your soft palate raises and it arches and your larynx lowers. This creates more space in your vocal tract. If we sing with a tightened or lowered soft palate, it will cause us to have a raised larynx. This also causes our voices to have more of a nasal sound quality. Now, this lowered soft palate can be something that we add into our singing for stylistic purposes. A raised soft palate will contribute to a full resonant tone, and it can help you reach higher notes by creating more space for your voice to resonate. Let's feel your soft palate raise. We are going to yawn. Oh, try it with me. Oh. Your soft palate automatically raises as you do that. Let's try singing and hear it raise. Ah. Let's sing a hung. Here's what this is going to sound like. Hung, hung. Try it with me. Hung, hung. The soft palate is lowered, and you know this because if you sing that hung again and plug your nose and nothing comes out, all the sound is coming through your nose. Hung, hung. Now let's do that same thing, and we will raise the soft palate and sing an ah at the end of the hung, just like this. Hung, ah, hung, ah. Try it with me. Hung, ah, hung, ah. You should feel the soft palate raise, and it brings so much more clarity to your voice. Your mouth and your jaw can also be adjusted to manipulate the sound of your voice. When we speak, we don't need to open our mouths too much, but when we sing, it's good practice to open our mouths a little bit more. I'm going to sing an ah and start with a hum on one note, and I'm not going to try to change the intensity I sing the note at. The only thing I'm going to change is how open my mouth is. Here's what this will look like and sound like. As I opened my mouth more, it not only caused the sound to become clearer, but it even played a role in helping to better amplify the note. So, how open or closed your mouth is can play a big part in the quality of the sound, but also the volume. Let's try that together. The last part I want to talk about is the tongue. Your tongue plays a huge role in shaping your sound. Depending on how your tongue is positioned and how it's shaped can alter what your voice sounds like. If my tongue is pushed far back into my mouth, it's going to cut off my voice from resonating well. Here's a really dramatic example of what that would sound like. Ah, it does not feel good and it doesn't sound good. When your throat and mouth are closed, your tongue assumes a raised position. When your throat is open, the back of your tongue should be arched and it will be sloped down. This position helps your voice to resonate and the sound to travel out. We're going to sing an ah. I want your tongue to begin in a natural, neutral position, relaxed and at the back of your bottom teeth. Then we'll move the tongue back slightly and we'll move it back to that neutral position right after. Here's an example of what that will look and sound like. Ah. Let's try it. Ah. Now the same thing, tongue in a neutral position, but this time we are going to move it out past the lips and back. Ah, ah. Isn't it wild how small adjustments made to the tongue can cause your voice to sound so different? Your tongue is not always going to be in this neutral position when you sing, because depending upon the vowel you are singing, it will move. Your tongue should be free to move, but you never want to be pushing it far back in your mouth or pushing it out past your lips. Both of these actions will impact how the muscles in your throat are working and how your larynx is working, because remember, your tongue is attached to your hyoid bone, which is right above your larynx. So, a neutral tongue position with the tongue resting at the back of your bottom teeth should be our go to position when we sing.